What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Momo Trades. We're going to do another bar by bar chart analysis, so let's get into the video. One reminder, the Apex Trader funding 80% off discount does end tomorrow night, and it's 80% off all evaluations for all recurring months, so it's an incredible value. You can use my code in the description. So let's start it off. We have this downtrend in the overnight session before we have a break and a couple legs to a new low. So even though we're still being rejected by the EMA, we want to avoid any short setups until we're really proven that the downtrend is still intact, because right now it looks like we had a couple legs to a new low after we had the break, and now we just have a mini congestion, mini range forming, especially because market just opened. We have 30 minutes before a news announcement, so we don't want to force any trades, and we really actually want to play the range rules, which are we want to look for failed breakouts. So if we're at the bottom side of the trading range, we want to look for long setups. If we're at the top side of the trading range and we break out, we want to look for a short setup that'll trap people going too long or going long too early at the highs where all the selling pressure is. So we break out of the bottom, we have a leg up, we have a first entry short, we have another leg up, and then we have a bearish signal bar right there. So it's a clear one leg up, two legs up, two-legged pullback. To be honest, it's a triple test of this level, so you can take that short. It's a very, very low risk bar. I believe I might have taken this trade in the live stream that we're now doing every single day. So that was the first high probability setup of the day. Second entry short at the top of the range. Once again, we actually have another two-legged pullback. I think I took this trade as well, and pretty much the same scenario. One leg up, two legs up. This bullish signal bar actually added even more reasons to go short when the next bar formed so bearish, because this bullish signal bar is actually going to trap a lot of people going long, trying to buy way too early at the top of this range just to get trapped once again. And it worked out once again for a nice looking scalp. And here we have another lower high. You can go short there once again. We went down, tried to push up. Lower high is going to trap all the traders who went long at this bullish signal bar. And it worked out once again for a nice scalp. So already within about 20 minutes of market open, you already could have had 3 or so trades that followed a same structure, same similar pattern, and you would have had a nice profit to start off the day. Obviously, if you're more of an aggressive trader, you'll look to take these trades, but they all follow a same repeat pattern, and that's what we really look for. And even again, we have another double top at the high of the range. I didn't take this trade because we do have this leg up and we didn't get a clear break and a new high. But this is actually the trade that ended up really sucking in a lot of the shorts. A lot of shorts piled in right there before we tried to break out again. But you can't just go short at this signal bar, because once again, you do have to respect all the short-term uptrends. So once we have a break and a new high, then we can start looking for a short. And in the live stream, I actually took this short right here, but I ended up getting trapped. So if we're counting from this low, we went up, we had a first entry short, and we went up again and formed a second entry short. The reason that this didn't work out is because it's really just a micro break and a new high. We're little stacked, so the main thing is that we have 3 bars stacked. So the best thing is actually to wait for that clear break, new high, and then if we draw a wider term trading range for the entirety of the day to encompass all of the price action. So if we put a range from the highs to the lows and we put a midline, a lot of the time the midline will come into play because it's a key level for resistance. So if we come up here and we have a nice two-legged pullback, it'll be a confirmation that the bears are in the market, and we actually have a nice setup here that I took, because if you're counting from this low, once again, we have one leg up, first entry short, another leg up, second entry short. It's a clear, even if we widen this uptrend, it's a clear break, new high. We have several touches at this level on the left side. We have another confirmation here. It's a third or fourth confirmation of this price level. We're not at the midline of the day, but really it just depends how you have this drawn. So if we just lower the range a little bit, we're perfectly bouncing there. And congrats if you took that trade, because it led to a nice downtrend. And once again, we have a nice lower high confirming that the bearish momentum is still present. You can take this lower high all day. And then more longs just kept getting trapped, and we had a nice move down. So once we make such a significant move down, we know that we're actually not in fact in this range anymore. So we can get rid of that for now, because now, even though we tried to push up, the bears really took over and we clearly pushed well below the EMA. So now we just want to even look to trap more longs, and we have an interesting setup here. So we definitely have zone of congestion just after a very strong move down, and here we have a new low, we have a first entry short and a second entry short. So I don't want to take this short just yet because we closed a little above the EMA, but if we get a lower high like we have right there, it's confirming the bearish momentum once again. All the longs are going to get trapped, because if you look at this bullish bar, it's really new low, first entry short, second entry short, failure. So when the next bar finished so bearish, it's really a double trap, because all the people who were going long expecting to trap short sellers at the top of this move, they're now going to be not in a very good position, because they're actually going to be the ones who thought they were trapping the shorts, but they're going to get trapped themselves. And we worked down for a nice scalp before this range just took over. Now we're just expecting to have some sort of relief rally for the bulls. No real setup here, but we have a break, mini break, new high. We're still looking to go short. No reason to go long at the moment. Just have a couple legs up, weak uptrend. You can try to we can try to put a wide term uptrend like that, so we can leave that on. It looks pretty valid, but eventually the steam just was not there. We had a break, attempt at a new high before we started slowly working lower. And here's an interesting spot. We have a second entry short, so new low, first entry short, second entry short, but we're not touching the EMA, so I would stay away from that trade. If we zoom out, we're clearly just making lower highs. So for now, we can try to fit some sort of wide downtrend just to give us an idea of what might be happening. And here we have a second entry short, but we're really just very stacked. So I would avoid taking any trades in the zone of congestion. But here we actually have a nice trap. So we have a new low, first entry short, second entry short, failure, and then a trap. Once this bearish bar trapped all the longs once again, it's very similar to this trade right here. So we have a first entry short, second entry short, failure, and then that failed. So once again, we had a second entry short failure, that is going to fail once again, trapping people going long. And then it led to a lot of selling pressure once again. So now we can see that we're potentially having another touch at the bottom of this wide term trend, but there's no real good entries. Here you have a second entry short, but the bars are so stacked, I would stay away from it. It did work out for a 1 point scalp, a little more than a 1 point scalp. Before we just had some more sideways movement, but you want to be careful going short at the end of such a strong move. If we do get a setup, I'll look out for it, but now we just got to focus on this bullish leg up. We have a break of it, no new high yet. Now we have a clear new high. We're just trying to work our way up. And here we have a lower high. So we have this leg working up. We had a break, 2 legs to a new high. And then we have a lower high confirming that we could potentially be resuming a sort of downtrend. Let's draw a midline for this trend channel. We're right at the midline. So we could be working down, but we could be working up to the top side of the trend channel. It's a risky looking trade, especially because it closed right at the EMA. You have to ride out a little bit of a sideways movement. And the rest of the day was really just in this congestion. And we're going to be back for another live session tomorrow morning. So once again, we did have a few setups early in the day. If you capitalize on them, congrats. Another nice setup here. Lower high confirming. The shorts were in the market, and that was an hour into the market. I took a break after that, so I was done trading with just 1 hour of work. Always solid when you do that. But pretty clear price action. It was pretty slow, so you had to be patient, not force any trades. You might have got trapped right here with a first entry short, second entry short. I really wouldn't blame actually anyone who took this short, but the better trade is definitely to wait for the double trap right here. And then we eventually kept working lower. So that's going to be it. That's going to wrap it up. And actually, one more reason why this first short didn't work out is because we had this trend working up, we had a break, and we almost tested the high. So really, even though we had this short-term trend working down, or this weak movement working down, you wouldn't really be looking to go short at the moment, because even though we have this wide-term downtrend drawn, if we get rid of it, it's sort of reminiscent of a trading range at this point. So we could be testing, we could be looking for prices to come back and test this high. But once the double trap forms, that's when you can really be sure, okay, now we can be playing this as a range, as a mini range, and then the rest was history. So it was really just a day about who's going to trap who, and the bears won for the moment, but really overall we ended up gaining back a lot of the ground. We'll be back tomorrow. Check out the live stream if you want, and be sure to cash in on the Apex 80% discount if you guys want to use a funded account. The sale does end tomorrow, so that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.